Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited about today's show. It's been a while since you've seen me come back with a roundtable, right? I've done over 400 shows, but I haven't done a roundtable in probably it's been a year, at least a year. So I'm very excited not only about the topic, just to be back with all of you guys. I'd love to hear from you. Let us know what city, what state that you're viewing us from. We'd love to hear from you. This is an interactive discussion. I am going to be mostly talking to my guests here, but if you have questions for them while we're live, would love to hear that. If for some reason you're watching this later, we would still love for you to put your comments in, your questions in on the replay, because we are going to be monitoring these. And so I've got so many people here. What I want to do is I want to actually have them introduce themselves, but I'm going to introduce the first one, which I have right next to me, right here, and that's Ashley. Ashley Harris. She's a program director for AmeriCorps at Legacy Community Health, and she's doing a wonderful job leading that team. There are over 70 members on the team, and I got a chance to film her with her team and everything recently. We had a great time filming, and I got a chance to really learn a lot about the program, and this inspired me to really want to let you guys in my audience, in my network, know about this program. It's a very effective program. Those of you who are thinking about getting into a new career, maybe you're thinking about healthcare, maybe you're thinking about another career, but you're not sure how to get into it. You don't have a ready-made network. And not everybody has a ready-made network for where they want to go into. Or perhaps you're mid-career and you're looking for another option. Maybe the first option is not necessarily something that you feel like it's going to be a long-term fit for you. So how do you get into that next part of your career? So we're going to talk about that too. So without further ado, welcome to all of you on the show. I'll start with you, Ashley. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Wallace, and thank you for having all of us on here, my AmeriCorps team. So hello, everyone. My name is Ashley Harris Land, and I am the AmeriCorps Program Director at Legacy Community Health, and I'm also an AmeriCorps alum. I served the first year AmeriCorps was at Legacy in 2018 as an AmeriCorps member, maternal and child health program specialist. So I taught the Becoming a Mom classes for pregnant women so they knew how to keep themselves healthy during their pregnancy and even after their pregnancies. And also I taught the car seat safety classes. And I absolutely loved my experience as an AmeriCorps member. And it turned into a career for me. And now I have the opportunity to mentor and lead other AmeriCorps members. And we also have other AmeriCorps alums on here. We have Robert Ezzell, who served as a literacy coordinator with our Little Readers program. And that program is absolutely amazing. It's where the children come in for their well child exam and they leave with a prescription to read. So they come in for their pediatric appointment and they leave with books. And Robert was able to be actually one of our first AmeriCorps members that we had in that position. And after he served twice, he got hired. And also something else to add to Robert's story, he switched career fields. So he actually worked in finance for some years before coming to healthcare. So I'd like for Robert to introduce himself and to talk about your AmeriCorps experience.
Yeah, so hi, I'm Robert Ezzell, and I was in AmeriCorps for about 2 years. I got the the education award, and like Ashley mentioned, I was mid-career. I had just come out from being a loan officer at Amegy Bank, and it was good money, but it just wasn't for me. The environment, just the whole combination of stuff, it was just not right for me. And so I had to make a choice, and I didn't know where to go. And I heard about AmeriCorps, and I'm an avid reader. I mean, I love to read. I've always loved reading. And this position, a literacy coordinator, really spoke to me. And it is all about getting books into kids' hands. And really, it's getting, it's creating a library for those kids because they can keep coming at every age from, newborn to 2 months all the way to 18 years old. Every time they come in for a well visit, they'll leave with a free book and they get to create their library as they grow up and coming to Legacy. And that really spoke to me. Mm-hmm. And so as working, I was doing that for 2 years, and there was a little bit of, dumb luck involved. But essentially, as I was getting that 2-year mark, there was an opening as a coordinator for the actual program to work full time for Legacy. And because I was already in that position, because I was already learning all those systems that to do with that program, I was able to easily transfer over to Legacy and become the actual full-time coordinator of the program. which was fantastic. And again, there's a little luck in there, but like with any great things, there's always a little luck involved. But it's all
That
about.
was not luck. I will tell you that now, because his site
Thank you.
supervisor, she was
Thank you.
very adamant and told me, I want to hire Robert. We have
Yeah.
this opening. He's perfect for it. I'm ready to hire him. Let's do
They
it now.
needed you.
Yeah,
Yes,
and that's
A lot.
Lord
That's
knows
right.
too.
Needed
It
you
was
a
not
lot.
luck at all. No, it was his hard work. And I love when we have those situations where site supervisors will come to us and say, I want to keep this person. I will even create a position for them just to
Yeah.
have them on our team. Because
Yeah.
AmeriCorps, what we like to say is that it's pretty much a year-long job interview. Because for about 11 months or so, you're showing how you're the perfect person for this job, for this organization. So you're not brand new to Legacy. Legacy knows you. And honestly, everyone that's gotten hired and that went through our program is still here at Legacy. So
That's
it helps
awesome.
the turnover rate as well.
It's a
So I
good
just want
foot
to
in the
start Robert
door.
right there. It was not luck. I will tell you
We
that.
should be thanking you. We're fortunate enough to have you and
Yes.
I
Legacy and
appreciate
helping
that.
out and for all the things you have done.
Yes,
I
well,
think-
and I enjoy it. It's a good foot in the door. That's what it is.
Mhm.
Right.
I think that too. It's and I like the way Ashley put it. She said year-long interview. Whenever I used to recruit locum tenens physicians, and we're doing what we call working interviews, where they would be there for 3 months. These are physicians. They work there for 3 months, and then they would get hired on. And so that's essentially what it ended up being for you. Do you feel that would have been a difference maker for you? Let's say if you didn't have that opportunity to get interviewed.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I honestly don't know where I would have been, or it was very much kind of serendipitous for me for all these kind of things in my life to line up. And when AmeriCorps came around, I was just like, this is perfect. Like, and because at the time I was like, well, this could allow me to transfer into Legacy if I chose to do that, but it also gives me time to assess other opportunities. Plus, I think once you're in the company, right, doing AmeriCorps, I stayed with the literacy program, but I could have gone anywhere. I could talk to the doctors, I could talk to the MAs, I could kind of like search around to see where maybe I best fit. And I think that's also the biggest opportunity that AmeriCorps gives you is like you're at the company, you're working with the people, and you can go talk and ask the questions you need to ask to figure out where you want to go and where you might fit. And so it's just a great opportunity for that.
And all of you are at Legacy, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Except for Neema. So Neema actually, she served in a very unique position. She was an AmeriCorps Connect community health worker.
Okay.
And Connect Community is one of our partnering organizations. It's based in the Sharpstown, Gulfton area of Houston, and they help the immigrant refugee population. And that's where we have the highest poverty population. So a lot of our members in that position are helping with rent assistance, utility assistance, resources, food insecurity. And so Neema served in that role, and then she got hired on by Connect Community as the program manager, and she supervises our AmeriCorps members that are in the roles that she was in.
Okay, very nice. Well, that segues us into Neema. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Neema.
Hi, of course. My name is Neema Kiza, and as Ashley stated, I started off as a community health worker connector, to which I was a junior in college at the time. I'm actively seeking for internships. I was studying public health, so I was looking for something that went along with what I'm studying. And one fateful day, I just saw a flyer that said that Connect Community was looking for AmeriCorps members, which I then landed an interview. And the funny thing is I was already looking through the AmeriCorps portal, looking for positions, and somehow I kept getting denied. But somehow when I saw the flyer, I looked into it, I got the interview, and I got the position, which I then started working with Ashley as well as Connect Community.
That's awesome.
That's amazing that she found us, because we do our postings a lot differently than other AmeriCorps programs. We don't post on the AmeriCorps website. And so that's why some people are like, I don't even know how we found you guys. And I'm glad that they did, such as Neema. And Neema actually reflects some of the population in that area in the Southwest. Neema speaks several languages. Which languages do you speak, Neema?
I speak Swahili and Kinyarwanda, and I'm originally from Congo. I grew up in Rwanda, and I pretty much spent my teenage years up to adulthood here in the U.S.
That's awesome. See, I have difficulties with just one language, so that's amazing. You know so many. That's great.
Can be a little tricky sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. So we got, and then at the bottom we have Mike here, right?
Yes,
Is this
we
Mike?
have
There we
Michael
go.
Lopez, and Michael served and also was a new position for us. He was a nutrition coordinator in our public health, population health department, and he can tell you more about that. And then he got hired on to be a full-time nutrition coordinator in that department
Nice.
by his site supervisor.
Very
Correct. Yeah. So I did start as the first person in that position. So it was very unique for me. Starting here, my director, Sean, he didn't have a lot of direction for the AmeriCorps position, but he really did give me a lot of responsibilities right off the bat. So I was super happy with what I was able to do at that time. The way I even found this AmeriCorps position was through somebody telling me about somebody that works here at Legacy. And she put me in contact with Sean, and he was super helpful. I mean, the stuff that he helped me get through during college, and even now to this day, it's been amazing. I've just been able to do so much. I was looking for an internship just because, I was in college. I needed the money. I needed to get out. And also, I just did not have a lot of direction in life. I feel like people my age tend to have that kind of fear. They don't know what they're doing in life, even though they're going to college or they have a job already. But if that's, if somebody's listening to this has that kind of fear, I think they should involve themselves in AmeriCorps, just because AmeriCorps does push you in a direction. You get to help people, you get to find these opportunities for your own career going in the future. It was really amazing.
That's cool.
Yes, definitely. I can piggyback on what he's saying. It's perfect for college students who may not know exactly what they want to do yet, because once they come to Legacy, there's so many different departments that they'll be exposed to. And they'll get to see hands-on, what is it like every day, being a nurse or being a nutritionist or being a doctor or any type of provider.
Very cool. And then Boy,
Yes.
I got a chance to interview Boy when we did the filming. So glad to have you back. I know a little more about you than my audience does. So give us a quick intro to yourself.
So hello everyone, my name is Boy. I am the AmeriCorps Program Coordinator. I work aside with Ashley Harris Land. She's my program director and she also leads the AmeriCorps program. I assist her and also try my best to be the best leader as I can and an educator and pretty much a teacher to all of our members to try them best to help them. But just a little bit more about myself. I started as an intern at Legacy around summer of 2021. And then eventually, because I was working so many hours, I was doing so many things and everything, people were telling me at Legacy, it's like, why do you not join AmeriCorps? Like, you could get your benefit, you could get a lot of things from it. For example, the stipend, the education award to help out for future tuitions and everything, or even your current loans and so forth, and just other opportunities that comes along with it. So at the time for me, I was in my undergrad at the University of Houston, and I was pushing the direction in my family tradition and culture is to become a doctor, become something bigger than what it should be. And then because of this opportunity, I have learned a lot of lessons and it helped me build up my courage, because at first I was lack of a lot of encouragement or just courage in general to do anything. So a lot of things that Robert and Michael has said is very relatable, like just do it. Even though if you don't know where you're going, just try it and so forth and find where you want to take you. So as I started off as a community health advocate, as just an intern, and gradually became a AmeriCorps member. And I served 2 years up until Ashley hired me as an AmeriCorps program coordinator. And I'm coordinating the program, managing it, and then also educating and guiding and giving that encouragement and courage to people to try to pursue this path or just try out for the experience to help them out to figure out if healthcare is for them or in general anything else that they could relate. So for example, like Robert mentions, like a lot of management skills and such, even if healthcare is not one of them, there's other places that you could incorporate management skills in.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely. And I remember when Boy had reached out to me, I believe it was on Teams in the summer of 2021, asking about AmeriCorps. And she was like, what do you mean by education award? And so I sent her the information about the education award, the benefits of it. So I'd like for everyone to go around and pretty much just tell us, how did you use your education award? I know for me, I used it as a combination for my current education expenses at the time. I was a grad student and I was getting my master's of healthcare administration and my master's of business administration. when I served in AmeriCorps. So after I got the Ed Award, I used some of it for my tuition because you're able to go in and put exactly how much you want to use for whatever you want to use it for. So I used some of it for my tuition, and I used another part for my previous student loans from undergrad. And that definitely helped me out because I remember when I decided to go back to school, I was like, how am I going to pay for it? And later on, I found out about AmeriCorps, and that definitely helped me with my tuition and being able to go and get my graduate degree, my master's degrees. So I'd like for everyone to just tell us, how did you use your education award?
Yeah, so I used a chunk of it to pay off some of my student loans, but then I really wanted to save some of it because I wanted to take some classes again. You know, I kind of missed the school thing, and I wanted to get some more education and take some things that just interest me. Like I'm really into like Greek mythology. So in the fall, is it the fall? Yeah. Or the next semester. Yeah, I guess it would be the fall. I'm going to take some classes again and get back into it and do some higher education. And it's, you know, I'm thinking about doing some also business management classes, just stuff like that can help my career. Yeah, so doing a chunk of my student loans and kind of taking some classes again just to get back into the learning mode.
Awesome.
Just an FYI, actually, you cannot blame me that I reached out to you about education award, because the word award sounds like I'm just going to get a piece of paper certificate saying I completed my due diligence and training.
Oh, no. That doesn't certificate you can frame on the wall.
Yeah. So I want to ask a question. Which one do you think was more valuable for you of the two pieces? Is it the education award or is it building the relationships? I would love to kind of get y'all's take on which one for you made, because it's different for different people. But let's just take your example, Ashley, first. Do you feel like it was more the education award, or do you feel like it was the relationships that you built?
You know, that's kind of hard because I feel like it's both. Definitely the relationships, because it turned into a career for me, and I was able to grow the program. When I served, it was about 9 of us serving here at Legacy, and no one knew what AmeriCorps was. No one knew what we did internally. And I was able to really market the program and promote it, and then go back to our funding agency and ask for more and more slots and get it to where it is today, where it's over 70 members. So we went from 9 members to 70 members. And it turned into a career for me, and I'm able to mentor. I'm very big on mentorship because I was very fortunate to have some great mentors in my life that helped me get to where I am today. So I'm able to pass on some of that wisdom to these college students that are just starting out, and some that may be a bit more seasoned. So I don't know, it's kind of hard. And so the education award, it helped me go back to school, and that helped me elevate as well, even further in my career. So it's hard to choose.
Okay.
I feel like AmeriCorps is just like all in one. It's so many benefits for the members, for the community, and for the organization.
For me, I certainly agree with the mentorship and everything, but I could give you a definite answer. For me, it's the relationship and the experience I'm getting out of it, because I think I'm talking about in my scenario, my situation, that I was fortunate enough that I got scholarship and like my FAFSA cover for my education. But because of the education award, it advanced me to pursue a higher education, which is my master in public health, which is I'll be graduating in May. But for me, I really enjoyed the experience I got from it. Like it opens doors, like many doors to careers in healthcare specifically, not just becoming a doctor, becoming a nurse, or becoming an MA. Like there's many things, and many things goes into nonprofit organizations. So there's like a variance of categories and then connection that you build. So I previously had connected with, I got my CHW with the University of Houston, but I built a bridge between like how can a college institution with a nonprofit organization could work hand to hand with each other and so forth. So it's like the relationship building, the networking, and really the experience that had opened my eyes and the opportunities I could get into.
But we do stress to our members to get the education award, because from a programmatic standpoint, we have to tell our members that the main compensation from joining AmeriCorps is getting the Ed Award. And members that do not get the Ed Award are forever put on the Hall of Shame.
Okay.
They have to get their education award.
I guess it's kind of like when you're in college athletes, they want you to get your degree, you know, and you still play the sport. So I get that. Okay, so Mike, I'd like to ask you what was more important for you, and I'd love to hear from each of you how you feel the relationship between Legacy Community Health being a home for this has made a difference as well. So let's go with you, Mike.
Okay. Well, I just want to touch on the question about between the relationship and the education one. What was more
Yes.
important to me? It definitely was the relationships. Just because I don't know if I mentioned this when I last talked, but I was able to start my official position with Legacy within 2 weeks of my internship ending, and that was because I had a stroke of dumb luck as well. The employee that trained me, he actually found a better opportunity, and he left in my last month of my internship. So I was able to have the opportunity to show that I could function in that position for the last month. And then my director was able to get me in, fast forwarded on in 2 weeks. I didn't even have to do the full orientation because they knew
Yeah.
I already had everything,
Mhm.
set in stone. So it was perfect for me. The relationships paid off immediately for me, and I can already see there's so much room for improvement here. Like my director, again, I keep going back to him, Sean Barrett, the best dietitian in the state, probably in the nation. I mean, he's just given me
Yeah,
so
Sean is
many
awesome.
opportunities. He keeps on telling me, he has bigger plans for me. Even the intern that has replaced me in this nutrition department. I mean, he's been given so much opportunity. I know he's super grateful for everything. But the education word itself, it's plenty useful as well. I mean, I'm only using it to pay off my student loans, but I tell my siblings if they ever want to get into it, that's going to be very helpful for them going to college. Just because,
Yeah.
I mean, college can be very expensive. Not just the
course.
tuition, but boarding. I mean, textbooks, it gets
Mhm.
really expensive. So that it's just both assets that were very important for me.
Well, the
And for the
maximum.
question, yeah.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. You can go ahead.
I was just going to add, because for the listeners, that the maximum amount of the award is about a tuition's worth of schooling. So if you do need the money, that could be really important too. I do agree with everyone else, though. For me, it's the relationships, but I wanted to give that to the listeners, that if you work a year, you will have about a semester's worth of tuitions in the award.
Agreed. Yeah, for sure. And I'm not gonna lie, when as a junior in college, I looked at it first. I looked at the numbers, which is the educational award. I'm like, oh, I'm getting the money. Okay, I'm gonna go and do AmeriCorps. But as soon as I gained the experience and I was doing it, now I'm like, I actually saw the importance of networking and building these relations, which
Mhm.
got me the job that I have today. So I would also go with the relation as well.
And you've recently used your education award, right,
I am
Neema?
actually actively using it. I am distributing it to my loans, to some of the things that I was spending while I was in school. So it's very helpful.
Yeah.
Everyone on here got their education award. Y'all are star AmeriCorps alums. Okay, gold stars
That's
for
awesome.
everyone.
We were trying to run away from the hall, Shane.
So I'd love to hear again let's go with the thought process of Legacy Community Health being a great partner and a great home for this program, what that's meant for you. I'd love to kind of hear each of your thoughts on it. How about you, Robert? Do you have a thought on that as far as Legacy?
Yeah, I mean, they work really well together, and Legacy's able to integrate the AmeriCorps members really well into all different spots. So there's kind of just this myriad of different jobs that you could kind of fall into depending on your interests and what you'd like to do. So it's like front desk, or kind of clinical work, or like me working in the literacy program, which is a whole different thing. And Legacy is just really good at finding a purpose for each AmeriCorps member and feeling like they're not this separate thing. Like when I was in AmeriCorps, I felt like a Legacy employee, and I was treated like a Legacy employee. And yes, and I was still on AmeriCorps and still had that whole experience with AmeriCorps. So it's really well integrated, and I think it helps you actually want to work at Legacy too, because you get to know the people and you feel like you're already a part of the team.
That's cool. All right, cool. Any others? You want to also share your experience?
I would say it's like for Legacy, it's not just home for us, it's home for everyone. Like the population that we work with is a home for them. Like we take care of them. They come to us whenever they need something. Just like for us as employees or staff or even volunteers, is that if we need something, we just speak up, ask for it, and most likely we'll get that experience or get what we need to be as successful and accomplish here and so forth. So like a lot of our staff that we work with, when it comes to events, we have anything like extra. Everyone has like a social needs. The population we work with, they have a social needs. We work here, everyone has like a social needs that needs to be addressed, either food insecurity or something like that along the line. We always have some sort of need. And it's always great that, like I mentioned earlier, relationship and having that great mentorship that help guide us. Because for example, like for me, my parents never gone to school. So I'm like, kind of in a way like the first generation. I do have two older brothers, but we're kind of age gap differences. I don't have that mentor or that education piece that I needed to able to, I guess, live, to move on with life and so forth. So I'm very glad I have like my peers that I could learn mistakes along the way with, but also having Ashley and Jack as well guiding me and providing me the education, and everyone for like the connection I make, educating me like what I should be doing or what I should consider and so forth, and caring for one another. So like when we have an event, we have spare items, for example, like our food banks, we also try and consider our staff, like asking them is like, hey, would you like to come out? Our events got concluded and so forth. Would you be interested in some of the extra items that's left over?
Mhm.
And so forth. So we want to make sure taking care of everyone else, not just
Yeah.
us, not just our population, but everyone as a family, because we're like that close to each other.
And then Legacy is the home of the first healthcare AmeriCorps program too. So a lot of college students or people that are looking to get healthcare experience, AmeriCorps is a great opportunity for them. And Legacy was the first healthcare organization to offer that. And I've had AmeriCorps members join our program and say, I've never heard of a healthcare AmeriCorps program. Only in education fields, because majority of AmeriCorps programs have been in education.
Mm-hmm.
So in school districts and in schools where members are serving as tutors to young children. But we were the first healthcare AmeriCorps program in the state of Texas, and we're currently the largest healthcare AmeriCorps program in the state of Texas.
That's
Only
awesome.
a legacy, so we're a trailblazer.
That's it. I was very impressed with that number when you told me that you're the largest one in Texas. That's awesome.
Yes.
Okay, so let's wrap it up this way. I would love to hear from each of the alums here, what advice you would give for someone who's thinking about doing something like this from your perspective. You know, just looking back at your experience, just kind of a brief piece of advice you would give them coming into it. Maybe it's something you wish you would have known even before you even applied. If you want to share that, and then I want to end it with Ashley, because Ashley, I also want you to cover what's the process for getting involved with the program. So let's start with let's go with Neema. Maybe you can help us with this, Neema.
Yes, of course. I would advise someone who is looking into applying for AmeriCorps, or maybe they're just confused on what to do. Like you're in school or you don't know what career step you want to do next, and you're pretty much confused. I know what that feels like. And with applying for AmeriCorps, it might seem a bit intimidating when you read the description. You might feel like you don't have enough experience, but I guarantee you, when you join, you feel like an employee. It gives you a purpose. It gives you a meaning. It's like you're getting as this person who have zero knowledge, zero experience, and you walk out as a totally different person. Because AmeriCorps is all about building you up and preparing you to go out in the real world.
That's awesome. How about you, Mike?
I mean, I completely agree with that. You know, AmeriCorps really did. It seemed really daunting at first. So my advice is to don't be afraid. Honestly, just go for it. You know, I applied to a lot of different positions before I came to AmeriCorps, and the only difference with AmeriCorps is that I actually got an interview, and it was perfect. You know, I was super happy being able to join the team. Like I said before, it gives you so much direction in life. So if you're, you know, you don't know what you're doing, I'd say give AmeriCorps a try. It really could push you in the right direction.
Awesome.
Yeah, so my advice would be open to opportunity, and even if your degree if you think your degree has nothing to do with the medical industry, I think you'll be surprised. You know, there's all kinds of things happening in a big company like this, and so just be open to the opportunity. And when you're in it, look for those opportunities. Look, you know, ask questions, and explore.
I mean, I said this before to Rollis and Ashley before in the film and everything. Go for it. Don't be afraid. I mean, it's okay to be afraid. Sometimes you need to take a step back and think about it first before going for it. That's perfectly fine. But don't be afraid to do it. Just try it. It's never too late to try something. Go for it, try it out, see where it takes you, because it brings you surprise and wonders. And even if it's not surprise and wonder, it could be a mistake that you could learn. It's a life lesson that you could learn and gain. And you could move away from it, or either try other things that will help you out in the future. But I would say AmeriCorps is a great spot to start with, because particularly for me, because I look everything in an analytical or analysis-wise perspective, the risk behind it is very low. You could try anything you want. You could look into anything, gain any skill sets. So my one single advice that I tell everyone anywhere I go is try it. Go for it.
I'd say there is no risk because with my story, I actually took a leap of faith. And I know my story is different from a lot of other AmeriCorps members because I didn't go straight from college into joining AmeriCorps. I actually had, got my bachelor's degree. I worked in healthcare as a community health worker for nearly 3 years. And the job I was working for was losing its funding. So I was just really putting in my application anywhere that was looking for CHWs, community health workers. And someone told me, hey, that Legacy place, they're looking for community health workers. So I went online, I applied, I completely ignored the AmeriCorps part in the job title. I had no idea what AmeriCorps was. I was just trying to get a job as a community health worker. So I came to the interview, had a great interview with the public health department. And at the end, they had slid me a piece of paper that said AmeriCorps on it. Still kind of ignored it until I reviewed it later. And first thing I was like, I don't know if I can do this because I'm going to be taking a pay cut. I'm going to be making half of what I'm making right now at that time, back in 2018. But I saw they had other benefits such as the child care benefit. So AmeriCorps, the agency, they paid for my son's daycare. If they had not done that, I would have not been able to afford to even join AmeriCorps and serve in AmeriCorps. And at the time, he was about maybe 1.5. So the younger they are, the more expensive it is in daycare. It's pretty much baby rent. And they paid for pretty much all of his daycare. My student loans were in forbearance. So you don't have to make any payments on student loans either while you're serving in AmeriCorps. AmeriCorps pays for the interest that accrues on those loans. And then you get the edible on top of it and a living stipend. So, I mean, and then Legacy, they also helped me out with, mileage reimbursement, things like that, because they treated me as I was an employee and also a cell phone stipend. So it was very rewarding for me. I took a leap of faith and it turned into a job for me. And everything that I was looking for, I found it in AmeriCorps. I wanted to get beyond the four walls of being in the clinic and really being hands-on with the community and seeing the impact, that direct impact that I was making. So I say just do it and take that leap of faith because you won't regret it. And so
That's
if you'd
awesome.
like to join, thank you. If you'd like to join, we are currently recruiting for summer members. So it is unpaid for the summer cohort. It starts late May. Some positions start early June until August 31st of this year. And even though it's unpaid, members will be eligible for the education award. It's a little over $1,500. And that's after you successfully complete 300 hours. So you can get the Ed Award. It's perfect for college students that are looking for a summer internship or some type of experience this summer. So if you'd like to join, you can email me at aharris@legacycommunityhealth.org. Or you also can visit our website for more information, legacy.community/AmeriCorps. But I do advise to email me at aharris@legacycommunityhealth.org if you're interested in joining our AmeriCorps program.
And I would be remiss if we didn't show at least one of the videos we did together. This is one of the ones, let's see, I think this is one that I picked that she wasn't with us today. Let me see if I can pull this one up for us.
What would you tell someone who may be on the fence and they're thinking about joining AmeriCorps?
I would say do it. Legacy is such a beautiful company. The things that they do, the community that is here, and then you add on AmeriCorps with that, the benefits, the networking with that. It's just a beautiful experience. So I would say definitely come on and join the team.
What would you tell someone who may be on?
Nice. Well, listen, thanks for having you guys on today. And if you want to watch some more of the videos, if you go to Legacy, the site you mentioned, Legacy Community Health Jobs.org, or the site you mentioned, there are several of the videos from the AmeriCorps team within Legacy Community Health, which is a great organization to take a look at if you're looking at making some type of mid-career change. AmeriCorps might be a great way to get your foot in the door. If you're looking to get started, there's plenty of opportunities there too. So we want to encourage you guys who are watching. I would encourage each of you also to connect with the folks who are on this broadcast here today. I know I have Ashley and Boy tagged in. And then of course, Robert, if you want to take a look at it, Mike, Neema, if you want to take a look at this in the replay afterwards to see what comments have been made, or if you want to let them know how they can best reach you. In fact, if you just send me your information where I can tag you, that's probably going to be the easiest way they can find you on here.
That would be great.
And,
That would be
and
awesome.
And we also have a link going right now. This is going to Facebook and YouTube. So those who are watching on Facebook and YouTube, you can give them that link as well. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for your participation. We also want to invite you who are watching the replay to make sure that you let your presence be known as well. And above all, I want to thank all of my guests. You guys were amazing today. Thank you very much. You guys are doing great work with AmeriCorps at Legacy Community Health, which is the only healthcare AmeriCorps out there, which is amazing.
Well, the first. It's a few more now.
First.
I'm sorry, first. The first and the largest in Texas.
You guys, so spread the word. Come join us. We are currently recruiting and looking to expand our AmeriCorps program. We have at least 30 positions to fill for this summer.
Awesome. Awesome. So we're going to say bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
For having us.
Okay, now what I want to ask you guys before you jump off, what was it like for each of you? What was this experience like? Let's start with Robert. What was it like for you?
That was a lot of fun. You know, I watched a lot of YouTube and podcasts and the visual stuff, visual podcasts, I guess you could say. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and I liked how you organized it and everything. I felt like I did it. When I first started, I was like, how am I going to know when to say what to say? And it was all very well organized, and you were very kind of leading us, which took a lot of weight off of my shoulders. So I appreciate it.
Thank you.
How about you, Mike? Conversation. Just say we wanted to flow and be natural.
Yeah, no, there were a few moments where I was freezing up a bit, but once we got into the flow, you were very kind. You helped me like loosen up a bit, and you definitely directed us well. So it was a breeze, honestly, with you as the host.
Thank you. How about you, Neema?
I was also loosened up towards the middle, towards the end. At the beginning, I was a bit nervous. I've never done this before. I've only seen it. I've been on the audience side of it, but being part of it. But it was very fun. It went by very quickly, and I think the way you conducted it was very phenomenal.
Thank you. How about you, boy?
It was wonderful. It was a great experience. This is my first time, but for some reason, I'm not nervous at all. I don't know. I don't know what happened to it, but the only thing is I had to go steal Jack's light for a moment. The lighting is the issue here.
Right. So you did great. All of you guys did great. How about you, Ashley?
Yeah, it went by super quick. Mm-hmm. Like you said, I'm like, oh my gosh, we'll have to do a full hour next time. It just flew by.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe how fast the time was flying. It was a lot of fun. And you guys did great. If you were nervous, I couldn't even tell. So you all did great. And thank you all again for agreeing to do this. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you.